What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rashad Buie. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button as I upload videos on a weekly basis covering the hottest topics in sports, especially if it is OU related. This is Ballin' with Buie. Today the content is OU related as we're going to talk about some idiotic decisions made by two Oklahoma Sooner football players. If you haven't heard, which you probably have because this happened last week, but I've been kind of busy providing other content, kind of fell behind a little bit. But anyways, if you haven't heard, there have been two Oklahoma football players suspended. Sophomore wide receiver Trajan Bridges and freshman running back Seth McGowan. Allegedly, they were involved in a robbery last week, and they have been suspended indefinitely by OU because there is a current investigation to find out more, so there probably won't be we won't know how long they're suspended, probably for a while. But they will not be appearing in the spring game. The robbery reportedly happened at Crimson Park, which is student housing here in Norman, Oklahoma, if you do not know. Like I said, there's a pending investigation, and I assume their future with the program will be determined once that investigation is concluded. Now, if you recall, Trajan Bridges was suspended from the playoff game against LSU, where we got absolutely hammered, but he was suspended due to failing a drug test, and that suspension in 2019 led to him missing 10 games last season. It wasn't supposed to be that long, but for some reason it ended up being that long, so he didn't appear, I don't think, until the Big 12 championship last year. So, the big question is, what do these two suspensions mean for the University of Oklahoma? And I will tell you that it means absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean a damn thing. You know why? Because the depth that we have at each position is unheard of, especially at the receiver position. We got Jaden Hazelwood, we've got Theo Weiss, we've got Marvin Mims, we've got incoming Mario Williams, we have Drake Stoops, who's a solid football player. He's not a star, but he's a solid wide receiver. Then we got Billy Bowman coming in, who potentially might play a little bit at receiver. Then we got Austin Stogner at tight end, H, whatever you want to call it. Then at running back, you got Kennedy Brooks coming back. You got transfer Eric Gray. Those are going to be the top two dogs, without a doubt. And then we have Marcus Major and Jeremiah Hall, who plays running back, H-back, whatever. Seth McGowan was probably going to be about third on the running back depth chart because he was 100% going to be behind Kennedy Brooks and Eric Gray. But this was a year for Seth McGowan to kind of gain the trust of his coaches, gain some respect, to be able to be that top guy moving forward, because you kind of expect Kennedy Brooks, if he has a really good year, he's going to enter the NFL draft, and potentially the same with Eric Gray. So Seth McGowan, I think, really hurt himself here. Trajan Bridges, this is strike two, dog. You've already been suspended once, and this is potentially going to be your second suspension. If I'm OU coaches, I'm probably pulling his scholarship. Now, I'm not going to say kick him off the team, because people make mistakes, and people deserve to make up for their mistakes. I know this is a mistake too, but I mean, just kicking the kid off the football team isn't going to do him any good as a person. So I think what you do is you have to make them understand that they made a bad decision. So you pull that scholarship, make him pay for his school, make him earn that scholarship back potentially, but you pull that scholarship. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he's suspended for a long period of time, if they kick him off the football team, if he transfers, etc., etc. We don't know a whole lot right now. But Seth McGowan, if what has been reported is true, you're going to have to work your you-know-what off. You're going to have to work your tail off to get back in that rotation. Can you? Probably. I mean, I was a big Seth McGowan fan. I thought that he should have got more carries last year. I mean, once Ramondre Stevenson came back, his carries diminished completely. But he's not a super speedy back, but his acceleration, he can hit that hole real hard. He's going to get you a couple yards without a doubt every time he hits that hole. So we'll see what happens. I don't care if they come back. Honestly, I don't care if they're suspended for a year. I don't care if they're both kicked off the team. It's not going to make a difference in our championship run this year. So we'll see what happens. Stay posted. Stay tuned. Deuces.